The hardest part about trying to achieve and accomplish something isn't actually the work itself. It's doing the work itself over a long enough period of time that it actually makes a difference. You see, everybody knows what they must do in this world to accomplish that they're trying to accomplish. In 99% of cases, if you want to build muscle, you're gonna have to go to the gym. Well, you're gonna have to do some sort of workout. You could do calisthenics, you don't have to use a gym, but you're going to have to work your body out. You're going to have to look at your nutrition, and you're going to have to wait a long period of time to see differences, unless you're using steroids. But even if you're using steroids, it still takes time. You don't just take steroids and you pop high after like 10 seconds. It takes time. That is the hard part. The hard part is continuing doing the same thing over and over again, not seeing results in the mirror straight away, and continuing to go regardless, knowing that eventually it is going to happen. Developing that patience within yourself and the consistency to keep going is what is going to add up. Once you start stacking your wins, you will start to see the results over a long enough period of time. But you have to have the patience, you have to have the willpower and the discipline to keep going consistently over a long enough period of time before that vision that you have in your mind of the way that you want your body to look will actually look that way. That is the hard part. People think going to the gym, the actual gym session is the hard part. It's not really that hard, unless you really, really don't want to go. But even then, it's not really that hard, just an hour of your time. And you might really, really put some strenuous effort into it, but it's overall an enjoyable experience. And when you come out of there, you feel high on life, you feel good. So it isn't the actual gym itself that's hard, or if you're trying to make money, it isn't the actual work itself that's hard. It's sticking with it long enough, seeing zero results. There's no major change on a daily basis, and then out of nowhere you wake up 6 months later from where you began, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh wow, okay, now I can see a difference. And then you've got to wait 6 more months until you see another pretty huge difference within yourself. So the hard part is sticking to it. The hard part is stacking your wins up. There is no one thing that you are going to do that is going to drastically change your appearance overnight. There is no one thing you are going to do that is going to drastically change your financial situation overnight, unless it's winning the lottery, which, if you watch my other videos, is still a very it's very, very unlikely that that's going to happen, so you can't bank on it. And two, even if it does happen, 9 times out of 10 it ruins your life anyway, and it doesn't have the expected outcome that you would expect. So start stacking your wins, start doing small things that are going to go in your favor. And no, you might not see it pay off straight away. No, you might not see any results for quite some time, but you know that you are doing the right thing, and you know that eventually it's inevitable that you will start to become that dream version of yourself that you have always thought about, and you will literally become that person just by waiting and having time. People get frustrated. People think, oh, I want this thing, and then they start working to it, and then 3 months down the line they're like, oh, I can't see any difference, and then they stop. And that's what stops them from getting what they want out of life. They give up too early, they give up too soon, they think it's too difficult, they're not seeing any results. It's going to take time. The longer, you need to spread your time horizon out drastically. I used to think, when I was obese, I really, really thought that I could get shredded. Like I was watching, or at least I'd heard of Sam Sulek at the time. This is ridiculous, but I'm talking like 2-3 years ago. I was massively obese, like 40% plus body fat, and I was so convinced that I could get shredded and be looking like an athlete in 4 months or so. And I was obviously incorrect in that assumption, but I kept going regardless over the long run. And I realized that I can achieve and accomplish my dreams, and I can look like an athlete eventually, but it's just going to take a hell of a lot longer than I first anticipated. And the right thing to do would not be to give up and stop doing it, because then I assure to myself that I will always look the way that I look and never achieve that dream that was in my mind. I just need to broaden my time horizons. What you think you can achieve in a year, people usually overestimate what they can achieve in a year, but people usually underestimate a crap load how much they can achieve in 5 years. So with all that being said, my friends, I'll catch you all in the next video.